I will be reading John, Paul, George, and Ben by Lane Smith. Real quickly, before I start, I just want you to think who these people might be and what they might be famous for. And then we'll get to see if your predictions are correct. So, once there were 4 lads, John, Paul, George, and Ben. Make that 5 lads. There was also independent Tom, always off doing his own thing. John was a bold lad. At the start of every school year, students were asked to write their names on the chalkboard, and every year was the same story. John, his teacher would say, "You have lovely penmanship." "John, your confidence is refreshing." "But John, we don't need to see it from space." Paul was a noisy lad. Before fun was invented, people joined bell-ringing clubs. As a member at Boston's Old North Church, Paul spent hours practicing in the belfry tower. Over time, that bell ringing took a toll on young Paul. All day, his head was filled with loud bings and bongs. He practically had to scream just to hear himself talk. Now, that's fine in the belfry, but not at work. "Extra large underwear? Sure, we have some. Let's see. Large, extra large. Here they are. Great big extra large underwear." Paul was like a bullhorn in a china shop. "You're big. Yes, it's coming. And your polka dot shirts are coming. And the pink breeches you ordered are coming." It took many years and a midnight ride for people to finally appreciate his special talent. "The redcoats are coming!" Everyone except that big underwear lady. She was still mad. George was an honest man. One day he took his shiny new hatchet and chopped down his family's cherry tree. When his father discovered the tree, he said, "Son, do you know who killed this beautiful little cherry tree?" "I cannot tell a lie," answered George. "'Twas I who chopped down this cherry tree." "Then run to my arms, dearest boy," cried his father, "for you have paid me in 1,000-fold with your honesty." "Really?" said George. "In that case, when I tell you I've taken out the apple orchard, leveled the barn, and made kindling of your carriage, you'll be a wealthy, wealthy man." Ben was a clever lad. Not only did he have a saying for everything, for every situation, he generously shared them with anyone, anywhere, at any time. "Fish and visitors stink after 3 days." He considered it his duty to provide frequent, free advice. "The sleeping fox catches no poultry. Those who quarrels interpose often wipe a bloody nose. If your head is wax, don't walk in the sun. 3 can keep a secret if 2 of them are dead." The townsfolk were so taken by his generosity, they came up with a saying especially for Ben. "Please shut your big yap." "I like it," said Ben. "Short and to the point. Work a fox or turkey in there, and I think you've got something." Tom was an independent man. One day, his teacher, Mr. Douglas, asked the class to make birdhouses by gluing macaroni to ye old balsa wood. Tom happily ignored him and used traditional building materials and a neoclassical design. When the class made a palm tree, Tom took one look and said, "Not on your life," then quickly left. to sketch his own tree. "Young Thomas," fused Teacher Douglas, "would you mind explaining to the class why you insist on working so independently?" "Certainly," said Tom. "In fact, I've taken the liberty to list the very reasons." "Fear not, sir, I've used small words for the benefit of the dullards." Tom learned the power of his words that day. Mr. Douglas told him to pursue all the life, liberty, and happiness he wanted. Independently in the corner, while the other students pursued lunch. The rest is history. Say, you want a revolution? Well, John, Paul, George, Ben, and Tom sure did. In April of 1775, they got one. The Redcoats were coming. In fact, King George III's army was marching to Lexington and Concord to arrest John and the other Sons of Liberty.